Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, we will be making a working tank. I think that will be pretty cool. And the last, I guess I can call this a series at this point. The last video of this series or whatever, we made this plane here. We will make a better plane in the future, but for now, this is what we have. We've also made a working excavator. So we got to learn with tracks and this top half moving by itself, and we get to learn with guns on this armored car. So we pretty much have to put everything we learned from these two, not so much from that, but from these two, to go ahead and make a tank. I think that will be a really cool challenge. So before we do anything, I want to go ahead and, well, we need some dimensions for this tank, and I also want to figure out how cannons work a little better and how we can make an auto loading and unloading system on them, because that, it'd be cooler if we can just auto load the cannons and have them work that way. So let me go try to find some dimensions and we can try to, I guess, make a working top half of the tank. Alright, so I've got a few dimensions here. It's not completely accurate, but I'm trying to make this actually fit into Minecraft, so that's kind of what we're going with. And we're basing this tank off of the M1 Abrams, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure it's a really popular tank, so I think it really works best for what I'm trying to do here. And yeah, so it's not completely accurate, but here's our width, our length, then this is the top section and the bottom section, and then this is how far the barrel will be sticking out, or the cannon, whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of the dimensions we have here. This is what we will be working with. But before we do this, I want to figure out how to get auto loading stuff. So I have a little cannon here. We can just assemble it. And we need a quick firing breech, I'm pretty sure. And I have some stuff already here. I have looked at some ponders. So we're going to hope this works. It works. What? It worked now. Make it make sense, man. So this works now. I don't understand why it didn't work before, but whatever. So we kind of understand the basics of this. The only problem would be actually getting this to, I guess, work inside of the tank with our very limited space. So I guess I'm gonna try to get the tracks and stuff in, get a little bit of the functionality in, but I do think we're gonna have to be doing a lot of the looks of this as well during the functionality and everything like that, just to make sure everything looks nice and everything fits in properly. So let me just get the tracks in and an engine, and then we can start working on the top as well, the auto loading and all that. So I got a chunk of the engine in now. So if I just jump start it a little bit, so then we can control the speed of the drive pretty much from here, and we can control the speed here for the top section. We may also be using this speed for the tank movements, because if we go over to this, if we just give a bit of rotation, we can, take it up and down, which I think would be nice to have control of. So I guess next up would be to try figure out the top part and all of the cannon stuff, and I guess start worrying about the looks. incredibly messy right now. And yeah, but we've got a lot of copycat stuff. Kind of have the shape sort of figured out. Of course, we can do some details and stuff later. But this, I got this top section to rotate. I, just need the mechanism for it down inside of there somewhere. And I've got the cannon going into here. And the way I've made this as well is we should be able to rotate all the way around. I don't know if that's really realistic. I don't really know much about tanks. But yeah. So all that's left to do is figure out the auto loading, which is probably going to be very difficult, if not just impossible to begin with. Like, I'm just thinking here, we don't really have the space. I don't think we can get auto loading in this, which I guess is fine. It's just a bit unfortunate. It's just with the size of this tank, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, let me, I guess, try to figure out what to do with this. I've kind of come up with the sort of solution. I've got enough space to make a semi-automatic loading system here. Basically, whenever you shoot something, you just put like a shell and a cartridge or whatever it's called. Then this will go into here, and then you're ready to shoot again. But it is semi-automatic because you have to sort of reload it yourself. But the cartridge will go into this chest here, which we will have some sort of like trapdoor here, I assume. Something like this to just cover it up. And you can, of course, open it to look inside to get it. We can put a chest down here. This is part of the main structure. So we can just leave shells here. So whenever you shoot, you can just take a shell, take a cartridge, put the shell down, put the cartridge down, and then, let this reload itself. Then you're ready to shoot again. I think that's a decent solution. It might honestly just be faster to do it by hand, but I don't know. So now I just need to make this actually look good and just finish this off slightly. All right. So here is the finished tank. We can go in through here. This sometimes doesn't work, so we have this as a backup. We can go sit in the seat. We can drag this around like a tank. We can control this top section, move it up and down, and then we can just open it, put in our ammunition, and then we can fire. And yeah, I completely removed the semi-loading thing because after some testing, it is just faster doing it by hand. Just step out, really quickly do that, and then you're ready to shoot again. So yeah, it's pretty cramped in here, but it's fine. We can go see the damage over here. You can see from some testing before. But yeah, so that's pretty much the whole tank finished. There's nothing else to do with it. I do like how it looks, although it is a little bit, well, it's a little flat or thin, or however you want to call it. This section here is only 1.5 blocks, but whatever. I think it looks fine sometimes from specific angles. Yeah, it's pretty much finished. So I want to say thank you very much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.